You know, Dylan, we've been checking the brackets. Some people have been doing it a little bit more than others. Let's look at the Vegas impact for Friday's NCAA tournament games. So how about we start off with who is your lock to cover on Friday?
I love Michigan.
Okay.
It scares me that it's been a couple days that they couldn't stay red hot after the whole scare with the airplane and then going and rolling through the Big Ten tournament. Eventually, something that Coach John Beilein said, I gave my guys the option. We could just kind of wave the white flag and everyone would understand if we prioritize getting back home to our families and not going to D.C. to play in the Big Ten tournament. They all looked at him to a man and said, no, we're going there. We're going to win the damn thing. And they did, led by Derek Walton Jr. I just think guard play wins games in March, and he's one of my favorite guards to watch. Was tremendous throughout the Big Ten tournament. A senior, guy that could hit big shots, defend, even above his size. And this line is moving up. The fact that the line is going more in Michigan's favor, it makes me feel better about this being my lock. At 2.5 right now, I think they could easily cover that over Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's a good team.
Absolutely.
But I just think Michigan's really finally realizing their potential with a guy like Mo Wagner, who can really stretch the floor and use his size to shoot over people. They've got a lot of good different types of players, and led by their coach on the floor, Derek Walton, who I just think is going to be a matchup nightmare and lead the Wolverines to victory by at least 3 points.
Michigan's certainly a hot team right now, that is for sure. When you look at Friday's games, who do you feel is most likely to pull off an upset or cover the spread?
I like Seton Hall. At this point, they are underdogs to Arkansas, and I think their Big East schedule, I think the Big East is a much better conference than the SEC, and I think that those battle-tested games that some of them they took on the chin throughout the Big East are games that are going to have them better prepared to beat a team like Arkansas. I think Seton Hall's a good team. They've got a lot of good upperclassmen, whether it's Kadeem Carrington or Desi Rodriguez. Those are guys that are going to give you 15 or more points a game, are poised for this kind of big moment. They made that great run in the Big East tournament last year. And I think that's something that when you look at this team, I think they're just a little tougher than Arkansas. I know Arkansas made that run all the way to the SEC championship game.
Lost
but
to Kentucky.
I think they'll realize that a lot of these SEC teams, and even Kentucky, this is something I worry about for Kentucky with all their youth. They're going to realize, man, the SEC conference regular season did not prepare us to play these other schools where they're just a little bit more seasoned, a little more battle-tested. So I definitely think Seton Hall, I'd take them on the money line. I think they're going to win this game. As an underdog, I wouldn't even screw with the points. I think they can win this game, and you'll get a little better value taking them on the money line. Love the Pirates in this matchup.
For folks who like offense, when you look at the totals, which game is most appealing to you on Friday?
This one's easy for me. I've really ridden UCLA all year. They're the #1 scoring team in the country.
Hard to go wrong there.
The CT, they scored 91 points a game, led by this guy who his pops is telling you is,
That's Steph Curry out there.
Better than James Naismith and Steph Curry and everyone's Shaq and everyone. When you look at the total in this game, and last I checked, I think it's 161.5 here against Kent State. Kent State's a team that scores 77 points a game. So if you do the math, if they just play to their averages, this is a game that should go over by 6 or 8 points. And I think the nature of the way UCLA plays will actually bring more offense out of Kent State. I think this is going to be a wide open affair. And I look at a team in Kent State that, maybe they get blown out, but I think they can keep it close enough. And I don't see them scoring 55 or 60 points because UCLA's defense is not that good.
Right.
They don't mind giving you easy shots. They don't mind giving you open looks.
They just want to outscore you.
That's it. They feel like we're just going to put up way more points than you can dream of. And while we're busy, going through and lighting up that scoreboard, we'll let you get yours. That doesn't scare us one bit. So when I look at both these offenses, when I look at what they normally put up, you've got the best scoring offense in the country going up against a team that can hold their own and put up high 70s as well. I'd be shocked if this one goes under 161.5. I know tournament games tend to play a little slower, a little more methodical. So just as a word to the wise, I've gotten caught up in this myself. Watch these overs. I'm just as guilty as anyone. You're inclined to take overs because it's more fun.
Right.
Sit at the bar, you're having some chicken wings, you're rooting for points, you're watching teams you've never even seen before. Say, I'll throw $20 on it, make it interesting. Unders tend to hit more than overs, but this is one I just think is set too low.
Okay.
And these offenses are too good. I expect it to blow this total.
I don't know how competitive that game will be, but it might be high scoring.
I need it to be a little competitive.
Yeah, to hit that over.